Mine just started up when I pressed it, so we didn't have an ops meeting, did we? We didn't have an operation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for your patience. We'll now call today's meeting to order. So we'll start with a roll call. Commissioner Lund,
Here.
Commissioner Alexander,
Present.
Commissioner Stewart,
Present.
Commissioner Brown,
Present.
Commissioner Witry, Commissioner Steve. Here. Commissioner Jordan here. First item up is the approval of the adoption of the minutes of the June 13, 2023 meeting.
And those actually need to be deferred. They didn't get posted in time.
Okay. So
I'll make a deferral to not vote on that item.
Commissioner Witry makes the motion to defer. Is there a second?
Commissioner Stewart seconds.
Okay, and now we'll call the vote. Commissioner Lund,
Yes.
Commissioner Alexander,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Stewart,
Yes.
Commissioner Steve,
Yes.
Commissioner Witry,
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan, yes. Motion passes. Next up is zoning docket 03723. Oh, sorry. So before we begin, I'll read the formal public hearing rules. The City Planning Commission has established certain rules governing the procedures to be followed at public hearings. Before speaking, each person shall give their name, address, and state whom he or she is representing. Proponents for the proposal will speak first for a period of 10 minutes. Each speaker shall be allowed a maximum of 2 minutes. Opponents or others interested parties will speak second for a period of 15 minutes. Each speaker shall be allowed a maximum of 2 minutes. Proponents will be allowed a period of 6 minutes for a rebuttal. Each speaker shall be allowed a maximum of 2 minutes. Opponents will not be allowed to rebut. No material, written matter, photographs, maps, etc., will be accepted by the commission or its staff at any time during this public hearing. This procedure shall be followed except at such a time when the presiding officer shall, with the approval of the commission members present, extend such time. So first order of business is zoning docket 03723.
This is a request to renovate a former gas station into a storage facility. Staff previously recommended deferrals to give the applicant a chance to address the numerous design deficiencies. So staff received those updates yesterday. Therefore, staff recommends another deferral to the July 11th CPC hearing to allow us time to analyze the updates. And it's also important to note that the CPC deadline is July 22nd.
Thank you. Are there any cards? If not, I'll ask for a motion.
Brown will move to defer to the July 11th meeting.
Commissioner-
Commissioner Alexander will second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Brown, a second by Commissioner Alexander, and now I'll call the vote. Commissioner Lund,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Alexander,
Yes.
Commissioner Witry.
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan, yes. Commissioner Stewart.
Yes.
Commissioner Steve.
Yes.
Motion is deferred. Next up is zoning docket 04523.
Zoning docket 4523 is a request by council motion to create the university area off-street parking overlay district. And this, of course, follows on a series of interim zoning districts in the previous university area off-street parking to supplement the base zoning regulations, such as to require a higher number of parking spaces when bedrooms are being added to existing structures and for new construction. And this, of course, is in response to the doubles to dorms phenomenon that is being experienced around Tulane and Loyola universities. What this overlay does is makes permanent through overlay regulations, the interim zoning district, and expands the geographic scope of the overlay to encompass just under 6,000 additional additional parcels, or about 5 3/4 square miles. And so the staff is, working on this and continues to work on this, but requests deferral table to the July 25th meeting to allow the staff review to be completed.
Thank you. If there are no comment cards, I'll ask for a motion.
Commissioner Allen will move for zoning docket 4523 to be deferred for consideration until the July 25th meeting.
Is there a second?
Commissioner Alexander will second.
There's no further discussion, then I'll call the vote. Commissioner Lund,
Yes.
Commissioner Alexander,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Witry,
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan, yes, Commissioner Stewart,
Yes.
Commissioner Steve,
Yes.
motion is deferred. Next up is zoning docket 04723.
Zoning docket 4723 is a request for a zoning change from an OSN Neighborhood Open Space District to an SRS Suburban Single Family Residential District for property located at 14051-14071 Dwyer Boulevard in New Orleans East. The applicant has recently acquired the two lots and is in the process of a subdivision request, SD 3423, to combine lot 4F and 4H into one lot, X1A. The applicants are proposing to construct a recreational community center for parishioners of Queen of Vietnam Parish Church, which is the adjacent property. The petition site is currently vacant. Although the site is zoned OSN Neighborhood Open Space District, its future land use map designation is RSF Post Residential Single Family Post 4, which does not allow open space, OSN Neighborhood Open Space as a district. Furthermore, the OSN Neighborhood Open Space zoning designation does not allow for residential or commercial uses, which conflicts with the RSF Post FLUM set of goals, range of uses, and development character as stated in the master plan. Staff recommends approval of the zoning change as the proposed zoning change of SRS would rectify an error in the property's current zoning classification.
Thank you. Are there any comment cards? If not, is the applicant present? Yep, come on up. Mhm.
You can just come and say that you're the applicant, state your name and address, please.
So I am the applicant for this land and my name is Thao Chi Pham. And we are all here to support and would like to get the approval. So that way we can build the recreational for the community.
Hmm.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Do you mind for the record just stating your address?
At 14251 Saigon Drive, New Orleans, Louisiana 70129.
Thank
I
you.
have to translate that into English. So,
With no further comment, is there any discussion? If not, I'll ask for a motion.
I will move approval per staff's recommendation.
Witry will second.
We'll call the vote. Commissioner Lund,
Yes.
Commissioner Alexander,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Witry.
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan, yes. Commissioner Stewart.
Yes.
Commissioner Steve.
Yes.
Motion passes. Congratulations.
Good luck.
Oh. Next up is zoning docket 04823.
Zoning docket 04823 is for a conditional use to extend the operating hours of a restaurant in an MU1 medium intensity mixed-use district and CPC Character Preservation Corridor Design District. This area of the St. Charles Avenue corridor is within the commercial center and institutional campus districts that are regulated by Article 15 of the Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance. Standard restaurants are permitted use within this district and the hours are regulated by Article 20, Section 20.3 ZZ. This section requires conditional use approval for an expansion past standard operating hours for standard or specialty restaurants in an MU1 district. The staff is supportive of the request for extended hours in this location, given the intensity of the surrounding land uses, the mixed-use zoning classification, and the lack of residential uses in the immediate vicinity. The request is complying with the master plan and the general purpose and intent of the applicable zoning district regulations. For these reasons, staff recommends approval of zoning docket 04823, subject to 2 provisos.
Thank you. Are there any comment cards? Nope. Is there an applicant present who'd like to speak? Is there any further discussion or questions for staff?
What are the extended hours?
12 a.m. Sunday through Thursday and 2 a.m. Friday and Saturday.
Commission, move for approval. Recommendation for approvals as recommended by staff with 2 provisos for zoning docket 4823.
Commissioner Alexander will second.
There's no further discussion. I'll call the vote. Commissioner Lund,
Yes.
Commissioner Alexander,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Witchery,
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan, yes, Commissioner Stewart.
Yes.
Commissioner Steve.
Yes.
Motion passed. Next up is subdivision docket 02220.
Subdivision docket 2220 was a request that was originally submitted in 2020, but for a variety of reasons, it never made it to CPC. The applicant says that some of it had to do with the COVID pandemic, and that's probably true. Approval of this request would accomplish 2 purposes. It would finalize the creation of the 2 lots that were requested 3 years ago. But now there's another layer. It would also cure an encroachment of the single family dwelling that's built on one of those lots. It was built, it and another dwelling was built before the lots were actually approved. They were built on site plans that were based on the proposed lots that didn't get approved 3 years ago. So now that's what's before you, is to fix this. It would have to be a tentative approval though, because the lots are deficient in several ways, lot area and width, possibly depth as well. So it would be a tentative approval subject to BZA waivers. And the staff recommends approval subject to BZA waivers.
Thank you. Is there comment card or applicant present? Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, good afternoon. Jason Hernandez for 1212 Sear and 1216 Sear LLC, 6270 Canal Boulevard. And I'm just here if there's any questions, to answer any questions. Also thank the staff for their assistance with this, for getting this one pushed through pretty quickly too. Thank you.
Is there any questions for the applicant or staff?
Only that I'm sure, hi, I'm sure you're aware of the BZA waivers required and yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, he's prepared. In fact, he asked if I could file that while I was here. So the waiver application for zoning, I told him we could do it online, but yes, he's prepared to go through that as well.
Thanks.
There's no further discussion. I'm looking for a motion.
Subject to the BZA waivers for subdivision docket 022-20.
Oh, second. Commissioner Lund will second.
Okay, no further discussion. I'll call the vote. Commissioner Lund,
Yes.
Commissioner Stewart,
Yes.
Commissioner Alexander,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Witchery,
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan, yes, Commissioner Steve.
Yes.
Subdivision is passed. Next up is subdivision docket item 08323.
Subdivision docket 8323 was brought because the subject property is 2 lots of record. The owners want to separate them, let them each be independent lots with their own tax ID numbers. They call it debulking. And that's what this request is about. It'll allow existing lot 13 to be removed from the tax bill. It shares with existing lot 14 so that it may be developed and taxed separately. The dwelling on lot 14 is less than 3 feet from the side property boundary. So purpose of this subdivision is to shift that shared lot line so that there is enough room between the dwelling and the lot line. However, doing that creates a problem for the other lot. It becomes only 27 feet wide in a district that requires 30 feet of width. And so that's pretty much that's the issue. Staff recommends, excuse me, staff recommends approval subject to BZA waivers.
And the home that's situated on the lot that would be substandard is the small one, correct? The
Yes, the
smaller,
one on the left.
so proportionally, it's. Oh, we have an applicant here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hi, I represent the applicant, Lauren Griffin, 7835 Maple Street. I represent Audubon Park Development, and it's 2 lots of record now. They are both substandard as they sit, but in order to get it debulked to then sell off that other one or develop it, I'm not sure what their intentions are, but is to get, we are very aware that a variance is needed. And so we do need to shift it over. It's very minimal what we do need to shift it over, but it does need to be shifted. And the vacant lot is going to be a little bit smaller.
Got it. Thank you.
Are there any further questions for staff or the applicant?
And thank you for your help pushing this through and getting this report done.
Thank you. If not, I'm looking for a motion.
I'll move to approve the tentative approval per the staff's recommendation.
Second.
I'll call the vote. Commissioner Lund,
Yes.
Commissioner Alexander,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Witry, Commissioner Jordan, yes, Commissioner Stewart,
Yes.
Commissioner Steve.
Yes.
The subdivision docket passes. Thank you. Last up are subdivision ratifications.
There are several items for ratification shown on the attachment, which are items that the staff finds to be eligible for administrative approval per the subdivision regulations. The commission would be ratifying or not ratifying that staff level determination.
Are there any questions for staff? If not, I'm looking for a motion.
I'll second.
There's no further discussion. I'll call the vote. Commissioner Lund,
Yes.
Commissioner Alexander,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Witry.
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan, yes. Commissioner Stewart, Commissioner Steve.
Yes.
Motion passes. Do we need those? Oh, great. I know.
Very nice.
I'd like to thank our new chair, the planning commission, for doing an exceptional job today. Chairman Dejon Jordan, thank you very much for taking on this role and for serving the city of New Orleans for the next year, at least.
Witry. Right. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I am looking now, to close our meeting. I'm looking for a motion.
Motion to adjourn?
Oh, I thought we did that. There, second,
So moved, yes.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned.
That was short.